Hello everyone, I am Josh and welcome to this Sims 4 house building video. So today I am building a very interesting house here in Windenburg, and as you can see already, this is not the way I typically start house builds. I've just built this kind of bizarrely shaped room on the first level, and now I'm surrounding it with a lot of rocks. So what I'm doing here is just taking a bunch of rocks and scaling them up and kind of placing it around this irregularly shaped room. Yeah, and it kind of, in an attempt to make it kind of look like a hill, but I mean, obviously there's no terrain editing in The Sims 4, so the only way I could think of to make it look like the house was up on a hill of some sort was to just build a room and surround it with a bunch of giant rocks and plants and stuff. And it actually works pretty well. I think it's definitely interesting. You know, it's not something that you see a lot in the game. And you can see I'm also using move objects to place rocks on top of each other and to place plants kind of like in between rocks and stuff. And you can see it looks pretty cool actually. Here I'm going to build the house on top of this platform pretty much. So technically the first floor of the house is on the second floor and the third floor is on the second floor because there's that main level below that's acting as the ground. You know, but it works pretty well. The only unfortunate thing about doing this is I can't put terrain paint on the top of the hill because it's technically just flooring, so it's a little unfortunate, but it looks pretty good in the end anyway. You can see I'm just putting a bunch of plants, and you can see it actually looks pretty good in the areas that I've done so far, like that front corner there. You know, so it takes a little while. It's kind of a process here to kind of come around, or process, I don't know, depending how you pronounce it, but it takes a while to come around here and just kind of put all these plants and rocks in to completely obscure the walls, because, you know, it wouldn't be good if you could see it, because that would kind of ruin the whole effect. So I was trying to hide it completely. And yeah, anyway, the house is called Contemporary Heights because it's a contemporary house, and because it's high up, that's hence the heights part. And, you know, it looks pretty cool, so that's, you know, I thought it was a cool modern house, and I thought that was a fitting name. And the view from this house is pretty cool too, because it's looking out over the ocean. It's like on the island in Windenburg, that little island thingy. And, you know, so the back of the house, since it's even higher up, it gets an even more unobstructed view of the water, which is pretty cool because there's some trees behind the lot. So this kind of, you can see over that. I don't know. It looks good. So anyway, this house is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, so it's not huge. But there's a lot of open space inside. Like, I usually don't leave so much empty space in my houses. That doesn't look bad or anything, but I'm just saying it's something different that I don't usually do, is kind of leave it a little more open, a little less cluttered. I'm still pretty happy with it though. And it's very open floor plan, especially on the first floor. You'll see it's pretty much just one big room. I do have a partition wall in there though for the kitchen, but otherwise it's pretty much one room, and you'll see that when we get to the inside. I mean, right now at this point, most of the house isn't even there yet. It's just like the front wall, because I'm still putting rocks around the outside here, and this is what takes up quite a bit of the beginning of the video. That's why this house build's kind of long, considering it's a pretty small house. It's just because all this rocks and landscaping and stuff took quite a bit of time to do. So yeah. Also, those bushes there, you can see it came from Get Together. I've never used them before, but they actually work really well in this situation, especially when I scaled them up. So that's pretty good. And you can see here's more rocks everywhere. And this, I think, is the last corner, which is pretty exciting. So just gonna finish it off with some rocks stacked upon each other, some plants and stuff. And it's kind of weird that some plants are growing out of the rocks, but, you know, it looks good, so I decided to leave it. And just gonna finish up this little ridge here that's still showing. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it turned out well, and I quite like it. I mean, it's very unique. And anyway, here I'm going to begin on the house itself, because didn't really do much on that yet. So yeah, that rock there you can see kept wanting to get deleted when I built the walls in, and then it just decided to move itself. But that was the only problem I had, so that's okay at least. And yeah, so here you can see the shape of the house is kind of weird. You know, it's my typical house design where it's just a random shape that I somehow make work. I somehow am able to work with, you know, so I probably should plan out my house a little bit better than I do, but you know what, whatever. It looks pretty good in the end anyway, so it doesn't quite matter, does it? Anyway, you can see there's going to be a lot of balconies on this house. I don't know how many there are in total, unless I can count them right now. I think there's one, two, three, four, 5 balconies on the second floor, so two of the 3 bedrooms have 2 balconies each. And the third bedroom just has one balcony. There's also a balcony off the hallway too, so there's quite a lot of balconies. But there's nice views, so perhaps Sims would want to go out on balconies and stuff. Who knows? Anyway, there's going to be the living room in the back of the house there, which I just removed the flooring from. So the living room has a 2-story ceiling, which is pretty cool. And I was going to do a 3rd floor, but I decided not to because I didn't like the look of it, and I couldn't get it to really work right, so I just decided we're not going to do a 3rd floor, so I get rid of it in the end. You'll see it will last only a few more seconds before I decide to scrap it. There we go. So it didn't work out. But here comes the roof. Now the roof is kind of like the house build I did a couple house builds ago. What was it called? It was called Modern Zen. That's what it was. Yeah, this house kind of has a similar roof to that. I was going to go with a grass roof, but that was a bad idea, so I decided not to. But anyway, you can see it has this kind of, angled roof that just has like slopes that go in opposite directions. You'll see the other direction, I think, soon. So that's kind of the look I went for, and you can see I go for all solid colors on the roof, so it's all just one solid color, which I thought looked kind of modern and interesting. And yeah, so there's going to be an angle. Actually, you know what? I don't think there's any opposite angles. I think it's pretty much just that one side on the back of the house has the that other angle that kind of sticks out, which you'll see in a second once I orientate it correctly. But I think the roof is pretty interesting. I went for a plain roof, like I said, which is kind of different. I don't usually do that. I think it looks more modern, though. I think it's kind of interesting. And also the colors on the outside of the house are all white. It's really just only 2 materials. There's just white stucco, and there's like white horizontal siding. It's like wood planks. But it all is very clean and simple. Here I'm putting in some columns for the corners. I use quite a lot of these on this house. It's kind of like a Tudor house in a way with those wooden pieces, but not at all because it's not Tudor. I don't know. I think it looks kind of cool as like kind of corner pieces and stuff. And here you can see I'm putting in the trim. It's kind of like a yellowish. What's that? It's not yellow. It's like an orange wood that I use here. And you can see I'm putting these columns everywhere on kind of the edges of everything and just kind of as accents, which you'll see I'll put windows in between the columns, which look pretty cool. And I ended up going with the lowest wall heights for both the 1st and 2nd floor on this house because for some reason for the past 4 house builds I haven't been able to get any higher walls than the smallest height to work right. I don't know, they just don't look right anymore. I used to use them all the time, use different heights all the time, but for some reason I can't seem to get it to look nice with the higher wall height. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem as nice. But anyway, you can see right now I have the higher wall height on the 1st floor, but I change it. I probably could have done this, it probably would have looked fine, but you know me, just always having to change everything. But anyway, there's the back of the house where the 2-story living room is, and I'm just putting a bunch of windows everywhere. As you can see, there's also some ivy. There's not a lot of ivy on this house, there's only a little bit, but I put it on there because I just like the look of it. I think it looks cool, so I just use it in a few places. I think just here in the back and then once in the front, so it's not overdone, don't worry. So here I'm just putting some more windows around the house. There's just, as you can see, a lot of the windows just go kind of in between the what do you call it, the wooden pieces, the wooden trim pieces, I suppose, the wooden columns, that's the word. Oh, there, I did put a roof going the opposite direction. See, I thought I did, but then I didn't think I did, but whatever, doesn't matter. Yep, I just put a chimney there at the end to kind of hide the fact that those roof intersections were kind of weird, and that solved the problem. So this house is actually an interesting shape. It's like a very long rectangle, like it's very narrow in the front and back, but it goes back very far, which is kind of interesting. It's like a narrow house, but it's very long, which I guess is fine. So like a lot of the rooms are just like in front of one another inside though, because there's not really any space for 2 rooms on either side of each other, just because it's so long and narrow, but it works pretty well. It's kind of like a townhouse shape almost because it's so narrow, but it works all right. Just because of the shape that I made, the arbitrary shape, I made the ground, and then the rocks kind of take up some more space. So there really isn't a lot of space on that top level compared to if it was just on the normal ground. So that kind of took up a lot of space. Anyway, you can see here, I was going to put some half walls around the place. Do I? I think I do. So I have some half walls. I end up using glass fences though for the balconies as opposed to half walls. And yeah, so here I'm just putting the final colors on. I think those are the final colors. You can see there's just a little bit of siding and just the white stucco. And yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what the outside of the house ends up looking like, except I do lower, did I already lower the 1st floor? I think I already did. Anyway, there is some more ivy. I think that's all the ivy I really put on though, so I like the look of it. And oh yeah, I do change all the window colors, but beyond that, I think this is pretty much what the house ends up looking like. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. My classic modern style, you know. Anyway, just a little glass, whatever you call that thing. It's a little glass overhang, I guess, there over the front door. Was going to put columns to hold it up, but it didn't look right, so it didn't bother. And a little drain pipe there hidden behind the ivy. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting some bamboo, I guess. And what's happening now? Okay, finishing up the windows. That's good. Took me long enough. Getting some more windows in, which is always good. And some balcony doors, of course, which are nice to have. And yeah, I think that's that outside. I think that's the outside for now. I'll probably move inside at this point, I believe. If I remember correctly, that is. Who knows if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, we're moving inside. Okay, so here come the stairs. It's where they go, right there. Nope, they go the other way. There we go. That's where the stairs go. Good old stairs. And yeah, there's no balcony there for the 2-story living room because it was at the back of the house, which would be really inconvenient because I didn't want to put a hallway from the front of the house to the back of the house and so on and so forth. And now I'm out of breath because I said that so fast. Anyway, obviously the second floor is where all the bedrooms are, so we have the 3 bedrooms and actually 1 bathroom upstairs. The second bathroom is downstairs. So that's the floor plan upstairs if you saw it there briefly. And just putting some railings on all the stairs, or the balconies, sorry, and stairs too, I guess. And what I really like is that rock there. You can see that it's part of one of the larger rocks, but it's like that smaller rock there in front of the stairs. I kind of put the pathway going between that rock and the house, which is kind of cool. So you'll see the pathway kind of fits in there, which I think is pretty neat. Anyway, here we're beginning on the first floor plan. So there's the half bathroom. That little partition wall is for the kitchen. And that's pretty much it. So you can see it's just one room, basically. There's a half bathroom there. Actually, it's a full bathroom, sorry. It's a full bathroom there, and the partition wall for the kitchen. So it's a very simple floor plan downstairs. It's very open. Anyway, there's all the doors I just put in. And in this house, every bedroom has a closet, which I don't tend to do. That's very rare for me. So you can see there's the master bedroom as a closet. The bedroom next to it has a closet as well, because I use that little kind of triangular space that was left over. And then I added a little closet here to this bedroom as well, and I also put a closet downstairs in the entrance, which I do later. So technically this house has 4 closets, and I've never put that many closets in one house before, but I kind of like that. I think I want to try doing that more often because in real life, every bedroom typically has a closet, like a built-in closet as opposed to just a dresser. So I kind of want to try to incorporate that into my houses more, but you know, this was the first house I've done that in, so hopefully I'll continue that trend. Anyway, working on the kitchen here, which is very, very clean and modern. A lot of it's white except for the backsplash, which kind of adds an accent. But as you can see here, all the cabinetry is white, and I'm going to put in a whole wall of cabinetry as well, which you'll see later. But yeah, so there's the fridge, there's the oven, there's the sink, and a little column there, and there's their wall of cabinets, which you can see. So there's plenty of storage in this kitchen, that's for sure. There's the little oven. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm going to put some details in, but otherwise it remains pretty simple. You know, it's very clean and elegant, which I quite like. And you'll see the backsplash when I put that in. That kind of adds some color. There's the bar stools, and there's 5 of them, or 6 actually. No, it's 5. There's 5 of them, and that kind of acts as a eating area instead of the formal dining room. So, you know, Sims can have their breakfast there or lunch or something there. This is the little second living room, I suppose. There's 2 living rooms in the house. This one here is the second one. It's kind of in between the kitchen and the study slash office. So it has a fireplace. It's the only fireplace in the house. And it has a TV and a kind of cool little built-in area. I was going to put tile in the kitchen. I didn't end up doing that because I couldn't get it to work right. So there's just tile in the hallway there, which you can see. And I put little partitions there from the, like where the floor, the little thresholds between the floor, like the tile and the wood floors. Anyway, here's a little secondary living room, which is kind of just like a smaller area that's, I guess, is just kind of a more cozy section by the kitchen. So you have a little couch, a couple chairs. This is the small office area, which has a couple of bookshelves, a little computer area, a little computer nook there where the desk is, also some shelves there. And I also put some paintings on top of there. And I also put a chess table in because, of course, that goes in pretty much all my offices slash studies. So you'll see that. Also, some curtains are going in around the house. And just painting the second floor area of the living room to make it look nice. I also put a couple posters up here on this wall Just those are the ones from Cool Kitchen Stuff. I quite like them because they look very modern and interesting. And putting some large light fixture sculpture things around the house as well because I thought they looked cool. And yeah, little side table there behind the couch. And putting in the chess table, of course. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful chess table. I wanted to use those little ottomans for the chess table, but I didn't even know those ottomans existed, firstly. And now I'm going to probably use them all the time. They're from Spada, and like the little cube ottomans. It looks so awesome. I used them a bunch in this house, but you can see there's one at the chair there. And I don't know if their Sims sit on them, or I don't think they can put their feet up on them, because that would be just too good. But I'm pretty sure they can sit on them, which would be pretty nice. Oh, you can see the backsplash there now. Which looks pretty cool. It kind of has that orange color to it, which goes with the chairs in the living room. And this little area I didn't know what to do with, and you can see it's kind of an example of empty space, which is kind of in between the kitchen and that living room. There's just like that open area that I didn't put anything in because it's kind of in between the rooms, but it doesn't look like it's empty. It just looks like it's good, like clean and simple, which I quite like. It's very elegant. Now there's the dining room, which I just put in. It's just kind of a table with 6 seats against a wall there, with a mirror at the end. And this is the living room here with the 2-story ceiling. This is the main living room, I guess. And I kind of rearranged it a few times, and I used those ottomans there instead of a coffee table, which I thought was pretty cool. I think they look nice. And I also put a grand piano in here as well, which I think looks pretty cool. I love pianos in The Sims. I just like listening to Sims play them, and I like them because they look fancy. So anyway, yeah, I rearranged it again so I can fit the grand piano in. And there's the final layout, I believe, and it looks pretty good. So I'm probably going to add some color in, hopefully. Do I leave it all white? Perhaps I do, I don't know. But the rug will add some color in. Don't worry, I don't leave the rug pink. There we go, it's blue now. And yeah, I think actually those are the final colors here, so very clean. I mean, there's not too many colors going on in this house. I mean, the living room, dining room kind of has a blue accent to it. And the kitchen / second living room kind of has an orange accent. There's the hallway closet. I just want to mention that. You can see that there's closet number 4 in this house. Also, I just changed out that glass railing with a half wall. And we're going to do the bathroom downstairs now, which I initially made it a half bathroom, but then realized it's the only other bathroom in the house besides the master bathroom. So I ended up making it a full bathroom at the very end of the video. I replaced one of the counters with a shower. So therefore it can work as a full bathroom. I thought we were going to do that bathroom, but we're not. We're doing a little sitting area in the dining room because, of course, nothing ever goes as I say it is. Yeah, here's a little entranceway. We're doing that now, apparently. Got a little half table, small table, end table. No, I don't know what you'd call it. Decorative table. It's kind of like a sofa table, I guess, but who cares? We're not even looking at that room anyway. There we go. Finally doing the bathroom that I talked about a few minutes ago, or it really was a few seconds ago, but whatever. I do make this bathroom a full bathroom in the end because I needed a second full bathroom in the house. So you can see here I'm just going to put a bunch of clutter, though. I like the look of it before I made it a full bathroom, but I needed a shower in there, so oh well. Anyway, now I'm going to do a few details here in the entrance, and we're going to work on the second floor landing, which just has a small sitting area and access to a balcony. It's nothing too special. I put a little couch and a coffee table up here, so you'll see that. It was actually a perfect space for a sauna too, but it seemed a little inappropriate to have a sauna in your upstairs landing. Anyway, there's the couch and a little coffee table and a little rug, so, you know, I thought that just looked nice there, just to have something at the top of the stairs. Also a rug in the hallway, and now we're going to begin on the first bedroom, the master bathroom. Okay, we're going to begin on the master bedroom. We do the master bathroom after the master bedroom. So this is the master bedroom here. You can see it's quite large. It has 2 balconies and a closet, which is and its own bathroom, so it's pretty fancy. Schmancy. I do change out the bed color later on, but for now it's what it is. And it also has a nice television, a sitting area, and it's pretty cool. So anyway, there's where the TV stand is. There's the TV, and also a nice plant there next to it. And I quite like the look of this room. It's very simple. One weird thing about this room, though, is the accent wall behind the bed is tile. I end up making it tile. There you go, you can see it now. Which is very weird to have a tile wall in your bedroom, and I know that. But I thought it looked good. I like the look of the kind of geometric staggered rectangles, and I thought it just looked nice. And it's really a subway tile is what it's called. And I thought it looked cool. You know, it's unconventional, but I think it looks good. And there's a little side table there at the end of the bed. and a little chair in the corner. That's the master bedroom there, and we also have this nice cool golden color, excuse me, on the floor in the master bathroom. There's the shower, got a couple sinks, a couple mirrors, a little toilet paper roll, a blind on the window there, and it's, pretty good, pretty fancy schmancy. A little mirror there over the tub, and some towels and a robe and all the other details I always put in my bathrooms, And there you go. So master bathroom complete. So we're gonna move on to this bedroom here, which is technically, I guess either of these two other bedrooms could be used as teen rooms or as guest rooms, because they both kind of have like posters on the walls and stuff. But I was thinking of this room as a guest room, really. So it has it's the smallest bedroom in the house. It has a balcony, its own closet, obviously, and it's kind of elegant. It's got a little chair in the corner there, a mirrored wall, and I quite like it. It does have a couple posters, but I don't know, and some dirty clothes on the floor, so I guess it could be a teen's room too. I don't really know. It's just whatever. It's a room. It's a nice looking bedroom, so there you go. This room I'd classify probably as a kid's or teen's room. It could be either one, but it has a little computer desk and some shelving and just some more posters and stuff, I think, than the other bedroom does. It also has a closet too, though, and it also has two balconies, a really large one out the front as well. And yeah, it looks pretty good. There's the little desk, which has a chair there and a tablet on it. There's no computer. And there's the posters over there, a little guitar, and oh, there's a computer on there. Never mind, I put a computer on there. I forgot about that. There's a little chair, and here comes the rug, which kind of matches the bedspread, which I thought was kind of cool. And here's a little shelving area, which I just put some clutter items on, and some dirty clothes on the floor as usual. And I just put a couple chairs out here on the balcony. I used a stool there as a table, so I thought it looked nice, whatever. And a little sofa there. So we're almost done with this house build. That went by pretty quickly. I'm going to put some landscaping down at the lower area and up on the upper area too, and do some terrain painting. And there's also some screenshots after this building part, which I hope you check out. And if you enjoyed this house build, I have a bunch more of these on my channel that you can check out. And if you like what you see, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing and all that good stuff that I usually say at the end of every video. And right now I'm just putting some plants and stuff around the place and all those exciting kind of things. So, looking pretty good. I couldn't put any terrain paint up here, like I said before, because it's just like flooring. There's no ground there, actually, so it's kind of sad. But anyway, here I'm doing the lower areas, and I'm just putting a bunch of plants, the base of the rocks and stuff, just to kind of make it look a little bit more natural and not just like some random rocks that's there all of a sudden. And I also obviously put in all the terrain paint and all my classic stuff. Also, you can see the pathway there that goes between the two rocks, which I thought was pretty cool. I like that little touch there. And yeah, here comes the I was going to do terrain paint, but I put some flowers. Here comes the terrain paint. Oh, beautiful. So the terrain paint happening here now, just to make it all look nice and beautiful. And yeah, so we're pretty much done here. I like the way this house turned out. It's very unique and interesting. It's definitely not like anything I've built before, just because of the terrain. It's so different. And I really hope we get proper terrain editing in The Sims 4 at some point, but this will have to do until then, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. We're pretty much done here. There's the new bathroom, and I'll see you next time.